Hi, my name is Noel Davis with World Composting, and today we're going to go over the Vermibag Max. Now, it has been 3 months since my last update, and at that last update, I did load it up with food because I knew the worms needed food, but there was still some of a fruit fly issue, so I also loaded it up with tons of paper. We really stacked it up high, but it's time to take a look and see how it's doing after 3 months to see if those are really gone. I have been checking on it in between. I haven't added any food, but I've been checking to see if the fruit flies are still there, and they've disappeared probably about 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago. But I did have some moths coming out, which were kind of surprising when they flew up in my face. So let's go and take a look and see how it's doing now that it looks like the fruit fly issue is gone, and we're going to add a ton of food to it again. I have a ton of watermelon rind to add to my bins, and it's a perfect time to get it in there to really get the moisture in there. So I'm not adding a ton of moisture from a sprayer necessarily, but it's a good sugary moisture that the worms can then, grows that microbes that the worms can eat. So that way the worms are ready to go, and we're ready to keep moving with this bin. So let's go and take a look. Alright, so here we are at the Vermibag Max. Let's open this up and take a look. And just as a reminder, I do have Amazon links down below to a lot of these items, including the Vermibag Max. There's one of our moths right there that just took off. I'll have to vacuum him up later, or hopefully get caught by a spider maybe in my basement somewhere. But I have seen a bunch of those come out of here. It was really bad for a while, but it was getting better. So here's our fruit fly trap that I've kept in here. It's actually, I don't know if you could tell, but it is loaded with fruit flies. So that's not great, but at the same time, it seems like they are gone out of here. I'm not seeing any right now. Maybe you're seeing some on the screen, but I am not seeing anything move right now. So let's just zoom in here a little bit more. No reason to have these out so far. Now let's start digging into this. It's very dry on top, not surprisingly. I haven't been adding water or moisture or anything or food other than what we added 2 or 3 months ago. So let's just dig down into the center section here and just take a look. There's tons and tons of paper in here. This was the mitigation tactic I decided to use for the fruit flies in here when they were not going away. And as you can see, we've got to go pretty deep here to get down to material. We're still not there yet. Just trying to find places to put this off to the side. And let's just see here. All right, we're finally getting there, and you can see there's white dust on this material. That is the diatomaceous earth. I think I went and used that last time too to try to stop the fruit flies. So there's more. I'm not seeing any worms yet, but I did load this up with food on the 3 months ago. So let's just see. There's probably some worms as we get closer to the bottom here. And there we go, our first casting material here on top. So let's put that off to the side. It's hard with the paper falling in there as I keep going and digging deeper, and you can see it's very dry in here. I'm not seeing any worms yet, but let's just a couple more handfuls here. All right, hold on here. We're gonna get there. There we go. Now I'm really starting to get some handfuls, and then you can see we have our first worm right here. So this is a good sign. The worms are still down there in the bottom. I'm not surprised they're still there. They're way down there. It's very dry. I'm going to throw in a little bit more of this paper back that was a little bit wet, but really I'm not going to sit there and dig up this entire thing. We've got a good 10 inches of paper in this bin. If you really see, I mean, you can see my hands way down in there, and it's from the tips of my fingers to about right here. So that's about how much paper we have. Actually, you can't even see it all. So that's about how much paper we have in there. So it's a good 10 inches or 12 inches of paper on top of the castings that are down there. So we're going to just get this ready to feed. Now I don't think we need, because of the powder that's in here, we're not going to need our crushed eggshell, but I've got a really heavy container here of watermelon. Let me see if I can pull this lid off there. There we go. And this has some watermelon, banana, some carrot in it, but this is a good mixture of stuff. Watermelon has a ton of moisture in it. And that is one thing that I've really found is great and horrible about watermelon, because it can be really hard to regulate moisture with it when it's just like, oh, it's loaded and it's got to go somewhere. So what I find that helps with sometimes if you have a lot of watermelon, kind of bury it in sections. We're going to put in a little bit of cardboard in between there to kind of guard it a little bit, and then we're going to put in a huge chunk. This is some banana. Banana in there. And then we're going to put the rest of this watermelon That was off to the side here. And then we're going to have a little bit more banana. We're going to just dump the rest of this in now. So this is going to get right up to the top anyhow. So there's a lot of food. I want that though because I want the worms somewhere to go to eat. They're starving in there, and the paper and bedding is not moist enough for them to eat, and probably does not have the material necessary, the bacterial material necessary for them to eat. So we're going to load this up with food. There's a couple carrot pieces that made it off to the side here. Let's just make sure they're down here in the center section as well. As I said, I have not seen any fruit flies in this bin. I'm hoping that is the case. I'm still going to re-add my little catcher here. That's the, what is this called? The this little trap right here that was in there. That's apple cider vinegar. That's what I was looking for. So as I said, I'm not going to add any of my crushed crab or eggshell this time. I just don't think it's going to be necessary. There's probably a bunch in the bottom, and we also have the diatomaceous earth that I added last time. So now the last thing is to cover this up. This is going to be a quick update here, but we really want to make sure, actually let's get that under a little bit, that this gets moving again, because I really need to get this bin going, and I really need to make sure that I get this bin. I need to go through more food. I have a lot of food in my house right now. We've got summer coming up. You know, we're into spring right now, but it's summer coming up, and watermelon is the big thing that we buy, and I start going through a lot of it. So this is going to start needing to really start to chew through some food. And watermelon, it goes pretty quick, but still, when you get a lot of it, it can also cause issues with water. So this is the update for this week. Thank you for watching. We'll come back probably in a couple weeks and see how they're doing on this and see if there's any fruit flies. I'm really hoping that that's not the case. This has been one of my last systems with a fruit fly issue. But it was also one of the ones that I probably did the least amount of work with, trying to prevent them or stop them as well. So thank you for watching. Again, I do have Amazon links down below. If you're looking to purchase one of these, I have a link to the Vermibag system on the website. Or if you're looking to purchase an urban worm bag, or even some of the materials you see, like my gloves, you can check those out on Amazon. So thank you for watching, and if you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below.